the Shore Power booth at SHOT 2013, and we're going to be talking to Jeff. How you doing, brother?
Doing great.
Good?
Great.
It was good to meet you yesterday, and outstanding party, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Now, what do you have? We've got a few prototypes here that are going to be dialed in for this coming year and possibly the near future. I know there's some things that are kind of still on the back burner, but what do you have that you're anticipating that we'll be able to have maybe released in the next year?
We've got, to start, I'm going to go with like the Olight. The Olight T-Series has been replaced with the Olight M. This is a popular flashlight. The T used to be like their flagship. So we got a nice side switch here to change modes on it.
Change modes up here closer to the bezel instead of the
exactly.
Yeah, instead of the rear. A little more easier to operate.
Totally, and then the old T-Series used to be kind of a twist, loosen, tighten. So they've really kind of gotten to this. It's just been a little more preferable by the consumers.
Right, and this one has a crenellated bezel.
Yep.
Which is that removable or readily removable or?
I don't think it comes off on this one.
Oh, okay, permanent.
But yeah.
Sometimes that's a good thing.
Yeah, the pocket clip you can take off. It's just held on by friction.
Right.
So you can also mount it the other way depending on how you want to.
Oh, and it's reversible.
Yes.
Outstanding.
Yeah. Great finish on those.
Okay.
Also, the Olight M20.
Oh, and just very quickly, Jeff, what is this driven by?
That is
the power source.
I believe this is a AA. I think they also have another one running off the CR123A. So kind of keeping in that tradition, you can have the different power sources depending on what you want.
Okay, so two AA's on this or a single?
Yep.
I'm not sure about
it's probably a single AA.
Probably a single one. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, very good.
Olight M20, another great seller from Olight. This is the M22X, an improvement on it, a little more larger reflector, maybe getting a little more throw out of that. Kind of back to the M20 style of the twist and tighten to change your modes on it. It's got a memory on it too, so here you get a strobe, you put it on low.
Once you set it and put it away, reactivate it, it's going to come back to that same setting.
Exactly. If you're looking in the trunk of the car at night, you go to put this back on, you don't want to be clicking through high, low, medium. You want to keep your night vision low.
In other words, it's going to retain that setting so you're not having to cycle through it.
On high, you got your high instant. Momentary clip on it. You can take the cigar ring off if you'd like, as well as the clip. Weapon mount it. Pressure switches. Very common. Crenellated bezel built in.
Crenellated bezel again.
Yeah.
Smooth reflector.
Yep. Going to get a lot of good throw out of that nice spot.
Very good.
They've also improved the Olight M3X. They've got the new Cree XML2 LED in it, which gives you about 20% more brightness, and that's really kind of the major difference on this one here. A little warmer than the old style 2 on this particular model, but so that's kind of.
And again, crenellated bezel, nice wide one. Nothing too dramatic looking. It doesn't look intimidating, and some crenellation on the tail cap activator area.
A lot of law enforcement love it. They're
and that allows it to tail stand as well.
Yep.
And then, of course, if you're being careful about the balance.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. And this is driven by.
This is going to be 3 CR123As. There are some rechargeable options you can get going with some lithium ion. It'll come with a little extender, so if you wanted to run two 18650s, you can do that. You get a lot of runtime out of that as well.
A lot of flexibility.
Yeah, so law enforcement that like the larger lights.
Something a little more robust.
Lots of throw on it as well. That smooth reflector.
Yeah.
So.
And the extender, does it come with the extender? Or is that an extra part?
Yeah, no, they include those.
Okay, very good. Well, that's a nice add me on.
Yeah, a lot of the Olights, they come fairly well stocked with nice.
They're looking forward with anticipation of what the customer is going to need.
Exactly.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, all of the Olights, they have the O-ring seals on there, so these are all basically splash proof. Anything you can throw at it, drop it in a puddle, you're okay.
Right.
Not going to go diving with it, but
it would probably be good down to maybe a couple of feet, I would imagine.
Exactly. Yeah. So, moving into Nitecore. Nitecore EA8.
And we discussed my Nitecore a little while ago. Yeah. Phenomenal designs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nitecore's really been coming out with some innovative designs this past year, even, and these especially. So this, the EA8, the A alkaline, battery. So this is running off 8 AA batteries. So it's a bit hungry. I don't know all the lumen specs on this yet, but you know, they just kind of go in there easily.
And they fit in there nice and tight.
Yeah, they
Not
fit
a
in
lot of
nice and
rattle.
tight. They're kind of, you can see they got the you know, little icons in there, and they just go right in.
Right.
The big advantage on this one is the runtime. It's supposed to, I forget the exact number on it, but it's got
That's okay.
crazy. Yeah, on low you can just run it for days and days.
A couple of years.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm being facetious, of course.
Sure. But great light. A lot of people still like AA's. They, you know, they don't want to go into the CR1238 batteries if you're stranded in the middle of nowhere.
They're just about everywhere. They could be had almost
Yeah,
everywhere.
you can have them just about everywhere, even though they don't have the performance, but still very, very bright light. I think this is these 2,000 something lumens.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, very nice. May I handle that just very quickly? Yeah. Oh, and again, a nice robust feeling to this.
yeah. Yep.
Handles very well, and all the controls are with the forward-mounted click
Yes.
button.
Yep.
Very good.
The Smilodon. This one's just released.
What is that called again?
The Smilodon. The
Smilodon?
Yes, P25 Smilodon.
Everybody's coming up with these nice, cute little names.
Smilodon's actually a saber-toothed tiger that's extinct.
No kidding. Okay, well, there you go.
Looked it up.
So not really a cute name. It's a cute
Not really
name, but it
cute,
wouldn't be
yeah.
a cute guy to run into
Not if you ran into
if
one,
they were still
unfortunately.
around.
We don't have to
I'd rather
run
run into
into
one now than run into one when they were running around.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
Very similar to like a lot of the other lights with the tactical tail cap switch on the back, so you can do your momentary on or click it to lock it on.
very good. Now, does this tail stand with? It's it's probably a little. Oh, it does. Tail stands very relatively well under circumstances.
Yes. Yep. And then your mode switches on the side here to get your levels. It comes in 2 finishes. This is the gray. It's also going to be offered in a black finish as well. So you're anodizing on that. One of the big things of this, a lot of people that like to weapon mount their flashlights, you can get the standard kind of inch diameter on it.
The rings.
When you mount this onto a Picatinny rail, you can notice on the sides here, we've got 2 Picatinny-like rail options, so you can even mount more items
Right.
on the outside of that. So in a sense, you kind of extend. You can kind of keep chaining.
Of course, when you start changing a weapon to look like it gets scary after a while, Jeff.
Yeah, you might put in a little too much on
Like
there. So
turn it into a proverbial Swiss Army knife.
exactly,
Or a
yeah.
Swiss Army light, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, hey, that would be a good name for a next light.
Yeah, totally.
Very good. And this is run by 123s as well.
123s. The other big option is the 18650 rechargeable. Very common. And then the big thing they did on this was they include a charger port.
Okay, very
It comes
good.
with a little USB cable, so you just plug the USB in and you can charge the 18650s right in the flashlight. So that's kind of a big perk without having to unscrew, take the 18650 out,
Right.
throw it in a charger, put it
Essentially turning it into a nice rechargeable
in a
light
rechargeable light.
with the flexibility of being able to go to 123s or...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little more flexible with your power source.
Yeah, very good.
SRT series. This is the SRT7. This is also from Nikkor. And they've got another version of this, a smaller one that runs off a single CR123A, the AA as well. This is a 2 CR123A flashlight. The big one on this is the magnetic control ring on it. So first of all, just on the back, we have our tactical click switch. You can do your momentary on, you can click it for on. Probably gonna be able to get this to table cap.
I would imagine so, yeah. Very good.
Rotator ring here, so you can go all the way to strobe.
So the controls, the selector controls is a rotating ring control.
Nice action on it. And there's a little indent, so you can actually feel when it clicks over to the different levels.
Okay, yeah,
You
you've
feel it
got
clicked in, you're in a standby.
yeah, you
now.
can feel
It's
it.
got red LEDs.
Oh, okay,
green.
yeah. I was beginning
Yeah.
to think I was seeing some things.
No, that was the big thing. So you got a red.
So the indexing on this is very positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
no,
going through the ringing.
Yeah, I mean, you can almost count the clicks if you
Right,
memorize them.
it's very positive and very, distinct as you're cycling through that.
Yep.
Now, and I'm sorry, you were starting to go into the color.
Yeah, they've got the color. A lot of people, like for the hunters for tracking. Or I also get a lot of times like the avionics in the cockpit. They don't want
Absolutely.
bright light.
And and green is very common with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red as well. It does have a almost like a police mode where it's strobing. It's doing a red and a green strobe on that. So
Yeah, interesting.
try not to get yourself in trouble with that.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
It also has a beacon mode. This is great if you're trying to signal for someone. Every 4 seconds, it's just going to give you a quick burst.
Okay, very good.
So great stuff out of Knight here.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Awesome prototype from Claris, the RS80. It's got 3 LEDs it's cooking in there. This has a built-in battery pack, so you're going to charge everything in there. I wouldn't say it's really hot swappable, but you can undo this and unplug it and take it out if you
So you could carry spare battery packs if you were in the field and didn't have access
I wouldn't
to
say it's as
recharge.
quick as a quick drop in something or other. It plugs in out there, but you could do that. Yeah.
But if you had the necessity to
If you have
not
the
have
necessity,
access to,
yeah, or if you were, so I don't know if it's battery packs, yeah.
and I understand that you're going to be making the battery packs available as well.
I think so. I'll still have to check on that.
And it's kind of on the dicey side.
It is, sure, yeah. And we also have, there's a 2-switch system here. I think from any one of them, if you push and hold, still trying to figure out the user interface on this.
Yeah, I was toying with that earlier. The
Got a strobe, really nasty strobe. We're going to watch what we're shining.
don't want anybody to go into convulsions.
Yeah, you push and hold for 2 seconds to turn it on.
and then it stays on. But there's
stays
also
on.
a momentary portion of that.
Putting
as
it
well.
on for less than 2 seconds.
Right.
So you can do kind of a quick momentary.
I noticed that earlier when I was toying with it.
Yeah, and then there's a 2-button system here, and it almost seems like you click the down one and it's kind of ramping down.
Right.
I don't know if we're going to be able to really see with the camera, but it's turning off some of the lights as we ramp up and down. So that one's getting brighter, and then it starts throwing on the other one and focusing many at a time. So put the right angle there.
Yeah, a more simplified manner of increasing light output.
Exactly, and then we start getting really bright, which is probably getting oversaturated.
Oh yeah, that's incredibly bright
Yes,
to the naked eye.
Yeah,
here.
this is, I think we're pushing well into 2,600 lumens or something like that.
Right.
But great search and kind of rescue.
Yeah, and nice and handy. I like the flat sides to that.
Yes.
I very packable, you might say.
Yeah,
And
it's got a nice.
it's got a nice balance to it.
It does have a nice balance. Not as fatiguing, kind of just easygoing, not too bulky. So this really is a search and rescue light.
Let's try and cycle that off.
Yeah, let's just tap that one up a few times.
There we go. Yeah, if you hold it down, hold that button down, and then it'll cycle completely off.
Exactly.
But with the balance on this, the weight is very. You have an idea what the weight is? We're talking about maybe 2 pounds, if that.
Yeah, I'd say a little over a pound.
Maybe 2-3 pounds. Maybe
even, yeah,
4 at the
minus.
tops. This is no more than a 5-pound light.
No, I'd say
there's no way. Probably with the chargeable cables, etc. We're talking about a combination unit of no more than 5 pounds, more than likely.
Yeah.
Tops.
Yep.
And again, we're talking literally probably closer to more like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my estimate. And again,
Yep.
we don't have a scale here, but yeah, this is that's very nice. And it looks like you've got a tripod.
Yeah, that's something else they do, and especially when you're dealing with a searchlight or an area lighting, you're going to want to be able to put that on a tripod and just put it on and light the area.
Right.
So that's.
What would runtime? Do we know what runtime is on this?
I don't. I would maybe just hazard a guess if you're going on full bore, full blast. Typically, you're probably getting an hour, a couple hours maybe out of it, I would say.
Right.
If you start lowering it down a little bit, that's where you afford the longer run
Get your
times.
time
And I'm sure with
extended
a
out.
battery pack like this, it's got a bunch. I think it's an 18650 pack with a bunch of them in there.
I think there's 6 in there. If I
Yeah, 6 of them in there. That's you're probably looking at probably days of runtime on. If you just light one of those things, I can actually undo the back here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Open her up and see. Let's see where this comes.
Like a hatch.
So
Okay.
yeah, they've made a little plug here.
Very convenient.
Yeah, you undo the plug. The pack will come right out.
Okay.
So
yeah.
it's a lithium-ion pack.
Right. Okay. Very good. And if these are, I'm sure there's going to be aftermarket. If they're not, if Claris is not actually providing them, there'll be an aftermarket somewhere with the adapters, and that way you could carry a few extra if you were backpacking. If you were in the field, a foot on an SNR.
Yep.
you could carry extras with you.
You could,
too.
yeah.
Very good.
Excellent.
Well, it looks like that's probably it for the from the R&D level for upcoming models.
Yeah.
Very good,
Yes, sir.
Jeff. It was very good to see you. Very good to meet you.
Yes.
And we'll look forward to talking to you soon.
All right. Thank you so much.